Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people in Linwood, Kansas are dealing with the aftermath of a tornado strong enough to rip homes from their foundations. And workers at a restaurant in Salina, Ohio are honoring one of their favorite regular customers who was killed by a tornado Monday. Plus, while most of the country has faced severe weather for most of the last 2 weeks, a storm turned deadly here at home yesterday afternoon.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Thursday, May the 30th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News this morning. Well, things got hairy real fast yesterday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it claimed alive here in the mountains. And we'll bring Brandon in this morning. And Brandon, what are we expecting to see today, as yesterday just took a turn for the worse?
Exactly, and we're tracking a potential storm system again today, so we have issued a WYMT severe weather alert day. We're going to continue that through this afternoon. That's when I think most of the storms will fire up this morning. Those still fairly quiet. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar loop for the last 6 hours. And again, that deadly storm came through Floyd County yesterday, and thoughts and prayers go out to that family this morning. But hopefully we won't see too much more of that, but we are on guard just in case we do. Dry this morning, but that may not be the case later. Temperatures in the 60s area wide so far to start us out the door forecast. I think the best chances for rain come later this afternoon, and we could see a few scattered showers and storms this morning. 84 your forecast high. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, officials are not yet releasing the name of the man killed yesterday in Prestonsburg during that severe weather. They are telling us it was a Pike County man who was driving with his fiancee when the roof was blown off a local business. The roof fell directly onto his car, killing him. Officials say his fiancee was able to escape uninjured. We talked with first responders and people in the community about how this all happened.
Severe thunderstorm warnings were in effect Wednesday, but officials say they did not expect something like this.
The best way to describe it would be a whiteout, and the rain was horizontal.
People working on this street say the storm's winds were so strong their business doors were opening and slamming shut.
The power was flickering on and off. I come to the front door. Our door was opening and closing, so I locked it because the trees, this flagpole over here was like about to fall over.
The roof blew off this building and then slammed onto the ground below, crashing into 3 parked cars and one that was being driven by a Pike County man.
The roof was laying over the vehicle. We were able to get underneath the roof, stabilize that a little bit, break the windows to get in. We assessed the patient, and he was obviously deceased.
Officials say his fiancée was also in the car when the roof came crashing down, but made it out safely. Now it is a matter of clearing the debris left by the storm, something the community has been volunteering to do.
I've had calls from private individuals with equipment. I've had calls from businesses that rents equipment, all trying to make it available to us so that we can expedite clearing the town up as quick as possible.
People in the community are left in both fear and shock that something like this happened so close to home.
It's an act of God. That's what happened. And we're all freaked out, but we're praying for the people that, got hurt during this.
No other injuries have been reported as a result of the storm.
That was just in case reported. Now, we have been notified of the name, but we here in the newsroom are holding it until we are sure that all family members have been notified. Meanwhile, officials say the building that had its roof blown off was being renovated when the storm blew through. We do know the name of the man killed again. However, we are not releasing it until officials are certain that all the family members have been notified. We will release that name as soon as we are able to. Now, we talked with many who live and work in downtown's Prestonsburg. Almost everyone we talked with told us they have never seen this kind of storm damage in their lives, let alone inside of downtown Prestonsburg. One woman says she was caught completely off guard.
I was worried about my babies because they're at daycare. That's my only thought. And where my husband and my father were because they work around here, and that was my only thought, where were they?
Scary moments indeed. As we mentioned, not only West Court Street, but several of the nearby businesses will remain closed until the street is cleared and an engineer makes sure the building is not in danger of collapsing. Drivers in the area should know that Front Street is going to be reversed from West Graham Street to Court Street to access Front Street. Turn down West Graham Street, then to the end of Town Branch Bridge, then turn right onto North Front Street and go north towards Court Street. We will update you with the latest both on air and online over on WYMT.com. For 2 weeks now, deadly storms have wreaked havoc across the United States. Right now, Linwood, Kansas is dealing with the aftermath of a powerful EF4 tornado. The tornado had 170-mile-per-hour winds that ripped homes and businesses from their foundations.
I felt like some hail or something, and my husband looked up and he said, well, we don't have a roof anymore.
There has not been a day since May 16th that the U.S. has not seen a tornado hit on the ground. From Oklahoma to New Jersey, relentless devastation from violent storms stretching across the country in the span of 14 days. Texas is the latest state to get hit. Meanwhile, states of emergency have been declared in Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, Ohio, and Arkansas. And the losses are not all property related. The tornadoes that tore through the Dayton area on Monday have left at least one person dead. Waitstaff at a restaurant in Salina, Ohio is honoring one of their favorite customers killed Monday by a tornado. Dale Hanna sat right here in this Salina Bob Evans almost every day for 15 years. Something was not right on Monday night.
He wasn't here by 8 or 8:30 unless he told us he had a doctor's appointment. We knew something wasn't right. And we just drive out by his house after work and check on him.
When the tornado storm ripped through this part of town, it tore apart homes and tore down trees, tossing a car right onto Hannah's home where he was sleeping. His family believes he is now in a better place, but his friends will always remember when he was in this place. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, despite the severe weather across the country, spring is in the air and on display in Oregon this week.
A break from the heat and humidity is coming, but we have to go through some showers and storms, and some of those could be strong to severe. We'll tell you about it in about 3 minutes.